Peace Internet, it's me, Davon Raymond, aka Vonnie. Welcome back to Lazy Vlogs. Today's gonna be a little bit different because I wanted to show you while I'm on a bus that has nobody on it. We are actually on the double bus, so it's massive and no one else is on the bus. It's always strange. I'm basically vibing in a limo. Anyway, I can't wait to continue this vlog when we get to our destination, so I'll see you guys later. Now, before we get off the bus, I wanted to show you guys really quick. I'm chilling here, so excited about this video. And I look up and I see this panel is bouncing like Tigger over here. Do you guys see that? It's like half blocking the camera that's right there. I mean, what even is this panel? Like, seriously, what is that panel? Yeah, what is that? All right, guys. Welcome to New York, baby. And we are here, ladies and gentlemen, at Proctors. Now, this is one of the famous theaters here in upstate New York, and I'm happy to chat a little bit more about it when we pass through, but I just want to give you guys that quick view. I actually have a personal history that goes on here. Hold on. Which is actually super awesome. The first and only movie I've ever been a part of premiered here at Proctors Theater, which is sick. It's always so nice when you come in, nice and quiet. Cool Star Wars-y stuff over here, which I don't know if this has anything to do with Proctors, but it's still pretty cool. Not there. So right over here, there is the theater, I believe, where my scenes were shown, the actual movie, the other one filmed. It was, from what I can remember, it was these right here, the GE at Proctors Theater. And it was honestly probably the coolest experience that I've had to date. I mean, as a new actor and all of that, it was very fun to just be mic'd and on camera and all that, but for it to premiere here of all places is incredible. So cheers to that. I don't know if that's copyright or not, but you can hear a show is going on right now. Sounds awesome. I'm jealous. I need to come here one of these days, go down to Schenectady, go to this Proctors Theater and watch something. It's been such a long time since like high school that I've actually seen live music. Speaking of, music store right in there, which is fire. If you guys ever want to check it out, John Keel Music. All right, we're gonna make our way out. Ooh, very cool. Nice. Now, I know these lazy vlogs are supposed to be, oh, this exposure is crazy. Can I fix that? Can I fix the exposure mid-vlog? It's a little better. Anyway, so that didn't go exactly how I planned. Nevertheless, this is what lazy vlogs are about, is just living life, pulling out the camera and yapping. And for me, sharing some personal stuff, you know. If you guys have not been following the other lazy vlogs or even Peace from These podcast, geez, it's so bright. I might need to throw some shades on, folks. My future's so bright, I'm gonna need shades. No, but if you guys have been paying attention, you know I've been yapping about going back to acting, and you know, I just took one headshot. I need to take a few more in different outfits and stuff. It was really fun. I used my GoPro. I used my brother's Neewer, the brand Neewer light. It's fantastic. It's a LED. There's all these. It's a super, super bright, you know, miniature sun in your bedroom. It's actually awesome. But yeah, I've been using that. So I don't know. I like to just actually involve myself with the things like acting. I say I want to go back to it. Okay, cool. Let me go back to the place where it began. And by the way, actually at Proctors Theater, there was one other memory that I had associated with that place. So sorry that the exposure is just messy all over the place. Every time I turn like down an alleyway, boom, you can't see me anymore. So I actually had my first acting classes, not the improv theater stuff. That was at Mop and Bucket Theater. completely different program, completely different people. But when I was doing classes at the local college in Schenectady, SECC, I was doing acting classes, and we went to Proctors Theater to, you know, the basement, where they hosted those classes, which is nuts. You know, we're doing, you know, first year acting classes in the basement of a, you know, famous theater, and my acting teacher, you know, looks like Timu Robert Downey Jr. With more sassy attitude, which is, I mean, no offense to him, I remember his aura was kind of like, you know, like acting teacher, basically. The stereotypical one that you can imagine. That was him. And guess what? He did his classes barefoot. We took off our shoes to do that acting class. Was that necessary? Did it help anything? Did it make anything better? Probably not. And yet we did it. So I have a couple of memories way down here in Schenectady, and I hope in the future we're gonna have some more acting memories, not really here necessarily, but more so in the city. You guys know New York City is the place for acting. It's the place for all of that. I want to be involved more, and I don't really want to launch it in this particular lazy vlog, but I have this idea that I'm putting together. I want to do a certain amount of auditions in the next like 90 days or 60 days. I just want to be like, look, let me just pump out a bunch of auditions, jump on that Greyhound, go to the city, do a couple of auditions, do a couple for my bedroom. Maybe there's some here in the capital region. That would be awesome. But that's where my head is at, guys. I want to go back to acting, and I want to actually give it a New York try. I really do mean it, not just because I'm a New Yorker and from here, or because I just like that phrase, but I really, if I'm being honest, didn't give myself the full opportunity, or rather the full support to go do this. Now, it's not like people are ever counting against me. My family, everyone has always been like, you want to do it? You know, please go ahead. Like, you have all the support, you have all my support, please go do it. More, you know, moral support, whatever. Sure, if I asked for 40 bucks for a Greyhound ticket, I'm sure they'd give it to me too. But I never really gave myself the chance to really pursue it. I always, you know, did it for a little bit and then quit. You might want to hit that green light there, sweetheart. There's a lady who is paying attention to me vlogging and not paying attention to the road. Which I get it. Looking at somebody hold their phone out, or their GoPro, I look like a douchebag. Trust me, I'm not any more comfortable doing this than the world is driving by me, looking at me do it. I don't like this, but it's gotta happen. Otherwise, the vlogs will never, they'll never happen. So, they may be rough, it may be awkward, but it is what it is, baby. So I gave you guys a little taste of upstate New York today. There's so many different buses up here. I was just on one, and that one was a double bus, and yeah, it was falling apart. As you guys saw, the roof panel is just like bouncing every time it hits a pothole. But you know, things aren't supposed to be perfect. They're just good enough. And I feel like that's the New York vibe, is good enough. Oh, geez. Right. So I think, because there's really no other little drops of information I want to share with you guys, I just want to give you a little view of some random building. I noticed this in the parking lot as we were walking out of Proctors, so I figured, why not? This is actually kind of a nice view. Actually, this is dope. What is this? What is that? This place provides a lot of questions. It provokes a lot of questions, but it does provide some shelter. You know, if I was homeless, which hopefully, God willing, I will never be, but if I was homeless, you know, you could literally just stay right under there and be protected for the night, you know, from like snow and rain. It's not perfect, but look, you got to do what you got to do out here. Unfortunately, we have homeless in upstate New York as well as the city, so it's not unique to the city, and it's certainly not unique to New York. Oh, geez, you guys, speaking of acting, you guys know that tongue twister warm-up phrase, unique New York, unique New York, unique New York. I can always get like 2, and that's all I can do. Awesome. All right, I can set the camera right there. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching Lazy Vlogs. I hope you subscribe to the Davon Raymond X YouTube channel. Wow, this is so echoey. It's incredible. And look, the exposure's so bad you can barely even see me. Guys, I appreciate you so much for checking out the Lazy Vlogs. There will be more. And of course, be sure to check back weekly for the Piece from the East podcast episode, where I think I'm gonna be doing more themed things. It's not all gonna be about acting by any stretch. It's just me. It's just another iteration of me talking to you guys on the camera, except I'm sitting down in a chair in my bedroom and have more of a setup, proper microphone, that type of deal. But yeah, so if you guys want to check that out, I have some fun, like segmenty type things I want to go through. Podcasts nowadays have changed from like the first wave to like the new wave. You know, as it progresses, there's a lot of like, it was like getting away from TV and being more like radio, and now it's becoming more like TV and less like radio. And I'm trying to see where I fit in with that. I love having like, this podcast is going to be talking strictly about dogs, you know what I mean? Like, that is what I mean. I want to be able to have a subject matter to where you guys actually know what you're even watching, you know what I mean? But I don't want to say goodbye on this super dark note. Let's get some light in here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, peace. I'm loving doing these lazy vlogs, guys. We're getting better at it each time. Peace.